Hello friends, in the series of tutorial for mastering most important Excel functions and formulas, and in this tutorial we'll discuss about statistical functions, like what all statistical function we can learn here and what all we can do while it is coming to statistics. So let's quickly learn it, and we'll of course learn it by doing it. So we'll do lots of examples. We'll do the practical sessions so that the concept is very clear to you and you can understand it and you can use it whenever you feel like, and whenever you're dealing with large data sets and you want to do some statistics. All right, without wasting further time, let's move to the next presentation. Here we can see that the topic is of course the most used Excel functions and formulas, and the heading will be, and the topic that we're going to discuss is the statistical functions. We'll start with discussing the average and average if, then we'll move ahead and learn what is median and mode, and we'll of course learn what is mean too, and then we'll have ST, that is standard deviation. Then we'll move and understand the difference between maximum, minimum, and small and large functions. So let's open a fresh Excel workbook here. I will explain you something like average and average if like are very similar to count and count if. So we have already discussed about count and count if function earlier. It will be very easy for you to understand the concepts. All right, so we'll start with discussing the average if and average function. We'll write some random number here like 10, 20, 30, 40, 90, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 90. So we have written few random numbers. Now here we'll write our average function and see what is the meaning of average function. An average, we'll take the average from A1 to A13. We will close the parenthesis, simply we'll see the answer. So it is coming up at 46.1535. So what is an average function? Basically an average function is sum of all the numbers. So let's see if there is any mean function here or not. So as you can see, there is no any mean function. So actually the average function here is doing the work of what we call a mean. Mean is same as average. So let's write the average if function and see what it does. So we'll first, it is asking for the range. So range will be from A1 to A13, and now it is asking for number is not equal to 40, and we'll press enter. So the average has increased. So let's see how many 40s are there. There are two 40s. So simply we'll again do the count function. Count if A1 to A13, the criteria will be not equal to 40. So it should come as, okay, yes, 11. All right. So yeah, it has escaped two of the numbers. Now let's write the sum function and verify our result. Sum A1 to A13, and the criteria will be not equal to 40. All right. So the sum is 520. We'll write it here so that we can verify the result. Let's write it here. 520 divided by 11. It is 47.23. So the result is same. So this is the use of average if and average functions. So we'll move ahead now and we'll understand the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. All right. So what is mode? What is median? So median as it mode as it is defined as the number that is having the highest frequency is the mode of that range, that data set. All right. So this is average. This is for average if. Now we'll write for mode. So let's write the mode of A1 to A13 and close the parenthesis. So it is coming up as 10. Let's verify it. 110, 2 times 10. There is only 2 times 10. All right. All right. Let's see the number of times we have 40. We have 40 again 2 times. Okay. All right. 20 we again 22 times. 30 again 32 times. So it is the least number that is having the highest frequency. Let's do something. Let's write it here 20 and see that is the value changes. So as we can see, the mode has changed to 20. Now let's do one thing. Let's write a 10 here and let's write a 20 here. So we have 310, 320. We will write 10 here. So we have value has changed. So this is what a mode is. Control Y. All right. So now let's move to the SD, that is standard deviation. And to do so, we'll write the STANDARD standard. And to calculate the standard deviation, we'll write STDE. We have the formula STDEV. Sorry, standard deviation, and it is asking for numbers. So let's write from A1 to A13, and it will give us the standard deviation. Actually, the standard deviation is the value. It is actually the square root of variance. So what is standard deviation? It actually, if we'll go into the statistics terms, standard deviation is the value of the deviation from the mean value. Basically, it is the square of the average of the square of the deviation from the mean, and then we'll do the square root of that number, that is variance, and we come up with standard deviation. So let's now only learn how to calculate the standard deviation using the functions. So let's see what is median now. So median is the middle value, and so we'll see A1 median of A1 to A13, and it should come as 40. So when the middle value is 40, there are equal number in left and right hand side of the 40. So the middle value and the median is 40. Now let's learn what is max and min function. Max is just to display the maximum number in the range, and max of A1 to A13 should be 100, because the maximum number, as we all can see, is 100. It is a very small set. If you are considering a big data set, then in that case this function is very useful, because by visibility only we can't locate the maximum and the minimum. All right, let's learn what is the use of minimum function. And from A1 to A13, let's see, the minimum is 10. So again, it is visible from the result from the data set, but when we are dealing with a large data set, this function is very useful. Now we'll learn what is large and no, it's large and small as a, what is large and small function. So what large function does, it is similar to max function, but here we can find the largest first, second, third, fourth. Let's find the largest fourth number. So it should be 60. Let's see how. 10th, 100, 90, then we have the largest fourth number. We have 100, 90, 90, and then 60. All right. Let's do it for one more value. We'll find the large of A1 to A13, and we'll then find the largest sixth number in the data set, and it should be 40. So this is all about large. Now we'll come to the small function, and it gives the smallest function. So it's A1 to A13, and smallest second or smallest fourth number should be 20. 10, 10, we have 10, 10, then we have 30. Now, how large and small function will give the same result? First, we'll use one more example of small function. Okay, A13, and we'll find the smallest ninth number. It is 60. All right, so we'll delete it. Now we can see how max and min function can give the equal result. Max and this both series will give the equal result. Now we can do large, find the largest number. So we can do large of A1 to A1 to A13, and we want the largest number. So it will be 100. A1 to A13, and we'll write one smallest number, so it should be 10. So this is how we can do the maths, we can understand, do everything clearly. All right. So this is what I have to say as the beginning, the first tutorial of the statistics function. And thank you for your time and thank you for listening. To contact EduCBA, feel free to mail us. You can comment it down. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time. Have a great day.